Good morning, I'm Kacky Walton. Checking on the Arts is made possible by the Memphis Symphony Orchestra and by the Center for Outreach and the Development of the Arts at Rhodes College.
Ladies and gentlemen, honored audience, I love to welcome you to Pergolesi's home service, the one and only unique opera service in the world. In times like these, in which the arts are no longer so generously funded by private sponsors or municipal and cultural institutions, the imaginative opera impresario Umberto Pergolesi, that's me, has created and funded the mobile opera company L'Opera Trasportabile. I have shredded the most famous grand operas to a comfortable size in which they can be bought by you, my beloved audience, and my company will perform them in your home. Pay for 2 acts only, get the third one for free. Pergolesi's home service offers opera productions in the most unusual places, such as Lohengrin in your living room, La Traviata in your bedroom, Aida on your stairway, Tosca in your dining room, La Cenerentola in your children's playroom, The Flying Dutchman in your bathroom, with the ghost ship sailing in your bathtub. Nothing is impossible for Pergolesi's home service. We want to present now La Serva Padrona, a wonderful masterpiece composed by my great-great-great-great-great-great-uncle, the famous and never forgotten maestro Giovanni Battista Pergolesi, in my own English version for 2 singers, an actor, and 2 musicians. Our motto is small but great, because a great city deserves great art. Is the stage ready? Okay, then let's start with Act 1.
Well, now I don't have to say, give us the premise of the opera, because you just did. That's Susan Owen-Leinert. She is playing singing the role of Umberto Pergolesi in the Chamber Opera of Memphis's production of Pergolesi's home service that's going to be staged Thursday, October 16th at 7:30 p.m. at Harris Concert Hall on the campus of the University of Memphis. Admission is free. She joins me this afternoon along with Michael Leinert, who's directing the production and actually co-wrote the libretto with the composer Bent Lorentzen, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. But first, it's nice to have you both back here. Good to see you.
Thank you
very much.
Well, when I read what the opera was about, I thought this has got to be hilarious.
It's a play within a play, based on the Baroque piece La Serva Padrona by Giovanni Battista Pergolesi. That's all true. But it's a modern version, spiced up, a little sophisticated, a little bit naughty, and a whole lot of fun.
Well, now this originally began, Pergolesi's original work was written, I guess, to put between acts of another opera.
It was an intermezzo. That means it was the comic relief that was put between the acts of the longer, more dramatic opera seria. But this little piece was such a delight and such a success that they began playing it in its own right as a complete shorter opera.
Well, tell us about the composer, because I know, Michael, you've collaborated with him on a number of occasions. His name is Bent Lorentzen. Tell us about him.
Yeah, it's funny. Our relationship started in 1971, last century. And now we are together. When I changed my positions in Germany in the opera houses, from Kiel to Braunschweig to Munich to Hamburg, always I started with a piece of Bent Lorentzen, because he is a fantastic writer and composer. He is one of the most famous Danish composers, so we have to introduce him here too. And we thought just this Pergolesi home service piece is wonderful for our Memphis audience. It's a little bit modern music, but you can enjoy it. It's not music that you get crazy and say, no, I don't want to hear it.
And you recognize the Baroque piece
Yeah,
lying
that's
underneath.
Really great. And we did other pieces of him, of Bent Lorentzen, not in the same manner, but he did Tristan and Isolde. This was a new variation and version of Tristan and Isolde. We did this in Munich. This was a big success. And with little chamber orchestra or tape or only a few singers and actors. This is in our times very useful because, who can afford big operas?
That's true.
And what Umberto Pergolesi, the theater director, said, we did not shred this La Serva Padrona, but we have our own Memphis version.
Well, now, how does this differ from the original Pergolesi piece?
Well, it's
plot is
inspired
the same,
by the piece by Pergolesi, and the plot is the same. The music has been altered,
Right.
and of course the ensemble. This is what makes it so unique. It's literally for two singers, an actor who does not speak, and a trombone and a keyboard player, and that's it. So of course the trombone part is very interesting because it's virtuosic, and that's being played by our John Mueller from the School of Music.
Right.
And the actor part is being played by Moira Logan, Associate Dean of the Communication and Fine Arts
Yeah, that's a very
College.
illustrious
cast.
Yes, thank you.
Now, there's another singer who is...
Yes, I'm singing Umberto Pergolesi. In my 25 years of opera singing, this is my first pants role. I've never
Really?
I've never played a man before, so this is new for me. And I'm accompanied by Serpina, the character Serpina, who's being sung by one of our new graduate students at the School of Music, April Hamilton.
How fun. So she's sort of is she the mistress of the house, or
She's the mistress who wants... Well, she's the maid.
The maid who wants to be.
wants to become the mistress. She wants, so to speak, a raise.
a big raise.
A big raise.
So she gets together with another character and they sort of conspire to make you fall in love with her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it works, of course.
It has to have a happy ending. Well, now, people may be familiar with the last time we spoke. I don't know if it was the last time, but one of the prior times that you've been on
We're
this show.
We're always up to something.
You're always up to something. We talked about the Louis Spohr Society the last time, but you were here talking about The Medium,
yes,
which was a work by Peter Maxwell Davies that you performed at the School of Music.
That was our last production with the Chamber Opera of Memphis.
And then you took it to Germany, and it got
Yes.
rave reviews there. So, have you performed this?
No, this will be the first performance of this version of Bent Lorenzon's Pergolesi's
In
Home
your
Service.
translation?
In my translation, I put it into the English from the German and the Danish, and we're looking to take this to primarily universities. We would like to present this to music schools. We've made our contacts. We're working on different places to go because I think it's so important in the music schools to present contemporary music with flair and with humor, and it's a very positive piece.
Danish composer Bent Lorentzen has collaborated with Michael Leinert. He's written the music and co-wrote the libretto with Michael. The new work is Pergolesi's Home Service, and that's going to be at Harris Auditorium Thursday, October 16th at 7:30 p.m. That's the Chamber Opera of Memphis in cooperation with the Rudi E. Scheidt School of Music, presenting the U.S. premiere. This is the United States premiere of this piece.
Yes, and I imagine none of Bent's music otherwise has been performed in the United States. He's mostly performed in Europe, but all over Europe. And so we feel that this is an important premiere. We wanted everyone to know about it. And we are honored that Bent is coming to Memphis to view the premiere himself. So I think that's a great opportunity for all of us to have the composer in residence. He'll be here for the last rehearsals and the premiere, and so we'll be able to work with him some.
Oh, how wonderful.
It's
what
a
a
great
opportunity. Oh,
yes.
that's fabulous. And admission is free, which I think is amazing that you're...
Well, it's free because it's possible because we are supported by the Rudi E. Scheidt School of Music, and we do appreciate this cooperation. They see it as a good opportunity for the students, of course, to have this type of production. And as we develop, we will bring in perhaps more graduate students into productions, more faculty participation in the production. I do want to mention Mark Ensley, who is the Director of Opera Activities at the Rudi E. Scheidt School, and he is playing the keyboard and conducting from the keyboard.
Well, you just showed me. I was looking at the score while we were listening to that aria a second ago, and just looking at the trombone line that John Mueller has to play. It's some pretty intricate work there.
It's wonderful. And this also incorporates John. He's a part of the acting troupe as well.
He's not sitting in the pit as normal.
No, he's up on
working
stage
on
with
stage,
us.
and he's even talking. We will have fun.
So he's making his acting debut, I
Yes,
guess.
he is. Yes, he is.
Well, this is very exciting. Go ahead.
And we have a stage design, a stage set with some furniture. Very simple, but I think very exactly what this piece needs. And we have many costumes. I think every person changes 3-4 times the costume. Of course, Vespone, played by Moira Logan. She is a stupid stagehand.
At first.
Not all stagehands are stupid, but she plays it very funny, a little bit commedia dell'arte, and she was a dancer, so it's wonderful what she's doing.
The style is very commedia dell'arte style, and this whole idea of a play within a play. And it involves a lot of communication with the audience, breaking that fourth wall and speaking with the audience directly. There's even a bit of audience participation. Beware.
In the intrigue area.
But it will be a lot of fun, guaranteed.
No, it's very important that the audience know they have not to be shy. They can act with us. So there's a special aria. It's called the intrigue aria. There happens something, but we don't want to say it now.
Yeah, don't give it away. Make it a surprise. Well, I love it that you're constantly looking for new work to bring in front of audiences here in Memphis. This is really amazing, and I'm glad that you're making this free for the entire community. Harris Concert Hall, a lovely place to see this performed. It's Pergolesi's home service. So circle this date on your calendar. It's 1 week from tomorrow, Thursday, October the 16th at 7:30. The Chamber Opera of Memphis, in cooperation with the Rudi E. Scheidt School of Music, presenting the U.S. premiere of this work by composer Lorentzen, and co-written the libretto with Michael Leinert, my guest today, who's also directing the show, and Susan Owen-Leinert is singing the role of Umberto Pergolesi. If you'd like more information about this opera, you can go to chamberoperamemphis.org, or they can call the School of Music at 678-5400 to get more information too. So I want to thank you both for coming by to talk about this. This has been a lot of fun.
Thanks, Kacky.
Thank you.